Save on your next oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Choose Castrol Edge Full Synthetic Motor Oil to provide maximum performance and protection for your engine. Get a $15 gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Castrol Edge for $34.95. Plus 2 times O Rewards points. Offer valid in-store and online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Join the power trips. Max Fuller sounds like an exceptionally handsome guy.
Man.
Tonight at Wildcats in Eagan for a Michelob Ultra Wolves watch party. Get there at 6 p.m. to watch your Minnesota Timberwolves in action and to sign up for your chance to qualify for first-round playoff tickets this year. Get the full details now at KFAN.com, a keyword calendar.
Hi. Starbucks is giving away free coffee to rewards members today.
What?
I don't know. Maybe for the Super Bowl or something like that. I don't know. But it is weird because it's also National Poop Day. And those two things go together.
Muss, are you going to celebrate National Poop Day?
Oh, yeah. Like everyone else does.
Yeah.
How do you
I have
celebrate?
my own little poop parade.
Oh, man,
It's
you're
awesome.
going to Dwight's parade?
I just sit on the throne and I do the wave.
Who do you wave to?
Elbow, wrist.
Hawks Daddy goes
Just
to every
a-
poop parade.
Just a crowd of people that appreciate National Poop Day.
Yeah. Are you pretty regular? Is it just like a cup of
for
coffee
sure.
and like it's just like go time?
Yeah. It's basically the same time almost every
Good for you.
morning.
No
for
kidding.
sure.
What time is that?
And coffee doesn't make it
not listening.
for me. It's applesauce, apple juice, or eating an apple.
What are you, an old man?
It's instant. I don't know.
Is that before or after your Werther's original? Like what is happening here?
Before or after
God, I love those.
How can you not love those?
There's
Werther's
my
originals are the
grapefruit in
best.
morning.
Yeah,
Come on, Grandpa.
Speaking of that, I thought this was really weird. Last night we were watching the Super Bowl, of course, and we had Christy's parents over, and I realized that every party that we ever had when I was a kid, if people were coming over to play cards or whatever, it was always after we ate. So who wants a cup of coffee? And I was like, what is that all about?
yeah.
Like, okay, so then I realized, oh, this is the international sign for this is it. You're going to have this cup of coffee, and we're rounding it up.
Oh.
Out you go. Go.
Oh.
Wow.
Meaning what? I'm
I don't
still
know
not
what you just
following.
said, but we might need to dump that.
I'm not following here. So you're saying that
Did you just say the S word on the radio?
I think he said ship. I think he said ship.
Yes.
I think he was trying to shoo them out the door. But when you're basically saying you're feeding them coffee so they have bowel movements at
Yeah,
their
is that
own
what you're
homes,
saying?
Yeah, it's time to go.
you might want
Okay.
to enunciate.
But don't you guys, do you remember that as
Call
a
that a
kid?
Dwight Goodbye.
No.
Never. Really?
No,
Hockey, how about
my
you and
family
your
we're not
folks?
serving coffee after every meal. No.
It's okay. All right.
No,
I grew up with that. I
grew up
just
differently,
realized it
but-
last night. I'm like, oh.
No, I've never heard of that. Like growing up in Chisago, my parents would always give people prunes and Chipotle and say the party's over.
Right.
Have at it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
Prunes and Chipotle.
We're hoping to get you ready for a BM, so go on home.
Then what are you saying?
Yeah,
No,
what are you
the-
talking
Because
about?
coffee should give them energy and caffeine and like let's wake up and keep this party going.
I don't think that's what it meant.
Well, then why is it over?
I don't know.
I thought you were-
I
asking
feel like your
guys.
logic is kind of flawed right now, Mus.
It's not my logic.
We
It's-
thought you
I
were
don't-
implying
yeah.
that you were going to make them have to go to the bathroom. They don't want to go to the bathroom
well,
in
that's
your
just
home,
because
so
you guys
it's
are
time
focused
to
on
leave.
National Poop Day.
That's how
but
this
that's what we were talking
conversation
about.
started.
Has any conversation ever on this show ever not gone tangential?
We stay on track all the time.
I don't know if we need to bring that into it.
Then since you lost all of us, then what's the strategy? Then you serve
not-
people coffee, then what happens?
I'm just noticing something throughout my youth, and then it happened last night.
So that was the international sign for
I
this
assume
party's
that's what
over.
it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I would
I
think
just always
let's
thought it
keep
was-
this party going. Let's make sure everybody's got energy.
I
Let's
just
wake
always
up.
thought it was weird that it was like, all right, at the end of the night, anybody want a cup of coffee? And I was
Well,
like,
next time I'm at your house and Chrissy offers me that, I'm going to say, make it a double, and I'm sitting right here.
Right.
And I'm just hanging out.
Make
This
it a
is my international sign from I'm hanging out.
Yep.
You got me now for the next 4 hours.
And I'm going to use your master suite.
Yeah. When the time comes, I'm going to use your bathroom.
I don't know about you guys, but with how boring that game was, just because it was a blowout, I'm so glad I wasn't at a party, and I'm even more glad I wasn't hosting, because at halftime I'd have been like, this thing's over. Can we just all go home? Can you not have a cup of coffee? Just leave.
Yeah.
This game sucks. I want to go to bed.
It was so
Yeah.
bad.
It was,
Your household probably is more in tune and in line with like just the American European culture. Because if you go to a restaurant, like a sit down restaurant, like they always offer you like an after dinner coffee.
Right.
You know, you want a decaf, you want coffee.
That's right. You're right. They always do. I never.
It's like dinner time or like dessert time. There's on the dessert menu. There's always some sort of coffee option.
Right.
I don't take part of that.
Tommy, just take over your body?
Seriously, though.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to get to that point.
Yeah, but we were talking about poop. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, it was a weird transition, Muss.
Well, no, but you asked me about
National Poop Day. Then you said you waved like it was a parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said things that you've noticed in your life.
Yeah. You ever see those guys?
Oh, it took his teeth out.
I wish I could.
All right, let's go to the news.
Why?
Yeah, I'd be
More popular.
Careful.
That's right. Earn some extra money.
Oh,
Oh, man. You guys want to hear the news?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
News, man. I got stuff to talk to you guys about.
Can't wait.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by Carboni's Pizzeria.
That's right. I'm here with Carboni's Pizza in my back pocket. It's kind of messy, but I like the feel of it. A Minnesota rescue dog took top honors at the Puppy Bowl on Sunday. Foxtrot, which I believe the gentleman came up to us and said his buddy's dog was in the Puppy Bowl.
yeah.
Remember that? That's the dog.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah, he named 4 dogs. It was Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie, and Kilo, I believe, were the 4 dogs that were in the Puppy Bowl.
God, your memory.
Are you for real, Clark?
That's the Bloodhound Gang album.
God dang it.
What's
You're
going
good.
on back there,
You're good.
cowboy?
You guys are on fire this
Can
morning.
I be honest? I've never watched the Puppy Bowl.
It's awesome.
Like I don't really get. I don't get it. Now I was okay. So I have turned it on. I will take that back. I've turned it on, watched for about 30 seconds, and said, "You know, I don't get it. It's a building that turns into a robot. I don't get it. I don't know.
It's dogs running around.
But what's the draw? What's the draw? That's the thing. I don't get it. Why would you watch that?
I like
Just
dogs.
Like, why would you watch it for
adorableness?
15 minutes?
Because you know,
And
the losing
how do
team
they
gets put
decide
down,
a winner?
Well, Foxtrot scored the most touchdowns.
Yeah,
He takes the dog toy into the end zone the most.
Ben,
Yeah.
it really is the ultimate reality show because the losing team gets put down.
Yeah,
It's like the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosie volunteers to show up.
Winning team gets adopted, losing team does not.
Yeah. Yep.
Losing team goes to heaven.
Yep.
Sauce, can you give us the list of the 12 dogs that are no longer with us because
Yeah.
they lost yesterday?
Of course.
Start anytime. Yes, that would be great.
Brian,
Oh, Brian.
These are all going to be people's names.
Roof.
Roof.
That's his name. It's
Not rough.
no.
Roof.
Yeah, his owner had a speech impediment.
Oh,
let's
you didn't have an owner, brother.
It's like
These
Colonel.
are foster dogs.
No, I know they were giving up.
So what's his name? Roof? But
Yeah.
he kept telling people it was Roof because
Then there was
That's 2.
Please.
Matt,
Okay, that's 3.
Dog didn't have any legs.
Disco.
Disco, that's 4.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good dog name.
And there was
How about
Steve.
Steve, yes.
Is Muppy in
There's
there?
the guaranteed Steve appearance.
Then there more.
Yeah, 7 more, please.
7 more. Then there was
I gotta go at
Coffee and please
about
leave.
8:40.
Yeah.
Coffee and please. That sounds like a horse's name.
there was
though.
a dog that Hawk's dad brought called Dump on Me Daily.
Yeah, he's John Daly's dog.
Yeah. Then there was just Paul.
Just Paul.
Yeah, just Paul. Then there was Dog.
They named their dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Then there was Beetle and
Beat?
Pappy Papschmear. Is that 12?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Why are you disappointed in me? You asked. I gave you the names of the dogs. Relax.
Yeah, relax.
I knew we were in trouble when the second one was Roof. That's when, for me, the bit was over.
But you threw him off because he was just going to go with just normal names. Like it was going to be
And you made me
Todd
feel
and
bad.
Mark and Steve. And then you say, like, oh, these are just going to be regular people's names.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
And then you saw his brain glitch out. And he's like, oh, I got to think of something that's not a human name.
And he ends with Pappy.
And then he said
Papschmear.
Roof.
Yeah. Brian and Steve and Paul.
Their Auto World.
That's Bobby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now it's Brian.
Yeah, Bobby passed.
Anyway, shout out to Foxtrot. Way to go. What kind of dog was he? Did it say?
Yeah, it did.
A beagle, I'm guessing.
If you look up, you may notice 5 planets in full view throughout this month.
Oh, it's a planet parade.
That's right. You got it. How'd you know?
Because I'm a dork.
That's a whale's penis, you know.
Wow.
A dork, yes.
Oh.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
It's a
done
weird
well
thing
for
to-
yourself.
It's a weird thing to call somebody at school if you know that's what it is.
Yeah.
Skywatchers can view Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury all month long, depending on cloud cover. Most of the planets will be visible to the naked eye, but for those of us who can want to catch a glimpse of Uranus and Neptune, binoculars or even a telescope are needed.
Uranus?
As the month draws to an end, I'm a scientist. As the month draws to an end, some of the planets will change positions to lower on the horizon, making them more difficult to spot. The best time to see the planets is after dusk on a clear night when it's dark.
No.
Yep, that's
Wow.
the best time.
Oh. Uranus?
Uranus, please speak like a brain.
How
person.
lame is it that we just called
like a
our
brain.
moon the moon? That would be like naming Earth just the planet.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's really lame.
it's lazy is what it is.
Other moons have super cool names,
Yeah,
like
because
Titan or
because they have
Europa
they
or
have
Io.
other
Yeah.
moons.
Hot
But we have
Earth, yeah.
one moon, so we can just call it moon.
It doesn't. There's a planet or two that only has one. Doesn't like Venus have one? No, Venus
Why
has
are you
0.
looking at
Mercury,
me?
Venus, they have
Let's name
0.
it, Cora. Relax, brother.
Yeah,
Mars
just
one
name
name
it
would
whatever
yeah.
you want.
Name it.
Mars,
What are you going to
man.
name it? Ass?
No, like Roof or
See?
Pappy Papschmear or Brian
Or Steve.
or Steve or Dog.
See? Not bad.
It is fascinating though, because if you look back at ancient civilization where they actually looked at the stars for everything, right? It was like their gods, it was their guiding light, it was everything. They didn't have a cool name for the moon, and we didn't adopt that from old-timey Egyptian time.
Right.
Like Gaia. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
That kind of
Yeah,
shit.
you've had that.
The moon.
The moon.
That's super lame.
Moon's kind of a cool name.
Right.
So like the ancient Sumerians just called it the moon in their own language.
But moon would be
Sure.
cool if those were all just called like space rocks. Then it'd be like, well, what is our space rock called? We
It's
call it
called-
the moon.
It's called
hell's happening?
Luna.
Luna. Yeah.
Luna is
He's got it.
the name of the moon.
That's right. That's why they call it lunacy.
Yeah.
Some people are said to go mad at night under a full moon. It's also called lunacy.
Paul, you get that?
Yes, I get that.
What's that from, Zacho?
Thought you were not
Man,
listening.
I don't know, but you're smart.
You sound like you actually. That is that really the
Sounds like I
root
nailed
word?
the
Oh, it's
Crass
from a
Tyson
Godsmack song.
short.
Oh,
What episode?
It's from a Godsmack song.
what episode?
So lunacy and lunatic,
Yeah,
kind of the same.
that's
yeah.
right. That's exactly right.
The song is called Moon Baby.
Moon baby. That's right. Yep. Yeah.
I learn a lot of my knowledge of astronomy from Godsmack lyrics.
Yeah, me too, man. I like Godsmack. I like the name of the band. I think it's cool. I like the way
They were
rock
just
out.
going to call themselves Band.
Yep.
That's already taken.
The band.
Yeah, that.
Let's take a trip to the moon, baby.
That song can't be good.
Oh, that sounds like a hit.
Yeah, that's,
Wow.
that song's trash.
Baby.
Is this it?
Be cool.
Does the moon actually possess such strange powers? Or is it all just lunacy?
Ooh.
It's all just lunacy.
the moon, baby.
That was the start of the song.
Yeah, man. Start of the album.
That's kind of a cool intro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And they got to delete all that.
No, it's cool. I talked to Godsmack.
Oh, what'd they say?
They said, God bless you.
Oh, why'd you sneeze?
Yep.
They're very good.
Thank you. I like that.
Were they
band a
part of
lot.
that Super Bowl commercial?
Which one, buddy?
No, they don't have the budget. The actual
The one that
Lord
you guys
does.
were talking about,
Oh,
where
no.
you used Pringles as the code name?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
No.
they weren't part of that.
Nope, that was Depeche Mode and Johnny Cash.
By the way, if you're listening to the podcast, that segment never happened.
So also do sports after this.
It's just lunacy.
This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Rock out with Shine Down Hockey. Target Center. Experience an electrifying night of powerful performances, chart-topping hits on the Dance Kid Dance Tour on July 28th with special guests Bush and Morgan Wade. Hawk, don't say anything. Get your tickets now and be part of an unforgettable concert experience. Get all the details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
So good.
So good.
So good. You need help.
I know what you're talking about.
Little pent up, are you out there?
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
I'm just doing my radio show here.
Okay, all right.
Trying to entertain the peeps. You know? Trying to be creative, trying to get the energy flowing.
Just make sure I can see your hands at all times.
Yeah, see, I'm good, man. Good. I miss you, Ben.
I miss you. I miss our road trips together
I
where
do
we
too, man.
say hi to each other on the bus and then we don't talk to each other until the game
You take
starts.
the one photo and then that's it. Yeah.
We sort of, even though we're together, we sort of like have long phone conversations without ever seeing each other.
It is weird.
It is weird, isn't
It
it?
is weird.
Oh.
I do enjoy the mutual distancing that we all
Agreed to.
have on the trip.
Yeah, we
it's like
agreed
we
to
all
it.
like each other. But we all respect everybody's space and time. And you see, like everybody's looking at these road trips as a chance to just sort of recharge anyway.
Yeah.
Like I just really want to be in my own element and maybe just go to bed at about 7:30 tonight.
Yeah. Because like it's a Sunday game, and that as much as it's a great job, and it's it's not shoveling turds.
No,
it's a long day. Sundays are long, so I need to be ready for it.
Yeah, especially if we're getting back super late, you just really want to kind of bank that rest on Saturday night.
Yes.
I know. Bank and rest.
Or you could just go and get after it in Nashville and then really hate your life and it sets you back the whole following week. That happens too.
Yeah, it does.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Good to know.
The Eagles crushed the Chiefs 40-22, and it wasn't even that close.
What a mess.
Sacked Mahomes 6 times. The Eagles
That was
led
the craziest part.
34-0 deep into the third before the Chiefs scored. Jalen Hurts was named MVP, threw for 2 touchdowns, and ran for 72 yards and a rushing touchdown. So your Eagles are the Super Bowl champions, Ben.
You and me, Saucy. What did we say before the game? It's not going to be close.
Yeah.
They win by at least 10. Now, we were way off. We were way off.
And it should have been more.
It should have been more.
Sure. Yeah.
All those points are just garbage points.
Yeah.
I wanted them to get shut out.
So did I.
Yeah,
It's like,
it would have been
if
great.
if there's any history to be made last night, I wanted them to get shut out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't you wish for a really good game, though? I mean, because that was terrible.
I wanted Kansas City to be embarrassed, and I got exactly what I was hoping to get.
They got a doobie.
And it was, I agree with everybody, I was even sort of bored and checked out in the fourth quarter, which is fine, but I still had this like resounding happiness that I was watching KC just get decimated.
Yes, it was
You
great.
love the Gatorade thing at 3 minutes remaining in the game?
Yeah.
They should have done it in the third quarter.
They could have.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so bad.
Yeah, that long pass to, was it Devontae, that touchdown? Mm-hmm. It was over after that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
pull the starters, game's over. Start celebrating in the streets if you're a Philadelphia fan.
Yeah, that made it 34 rip at that point. Yeah, it was just awful. I mean, you could tell what Kansas City was trying to do defensively. Obviously, they had so many up in the box trying to stop Barkley, and they did a decent job doing that, only 57 yards. But, man, I guess they didn't think that Hurts could be
Well, when you get all of that time to throw the football,
yeah.
It's like, well, Jalen Hurts is not a terrible quarterback. He can throw the ball. He just doesn't have a lot of 300-yard games, but he can hurt you throwing the football. So if you're going to challenge him, and he's going to get a lot of time, he's got some pretty good receivers, and they found out on Kansas City's side.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was gross the whole game, honestly.
Yeah.
And I was pulling for the Chiefs. To be honest with you, I like when records are broke.
Yeah, it's fine. And a lot of people were. It was probably more than 50% of the country wanted to see Kansas City win.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of us that are like, hey, 34 rip, they could probably come back from this.
Oh yeah,
they're the Chiefs.
Even the announcers were treating it like that.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what Mahomes can do. It's 34-0 with 3 minutes left in the third. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Over. Let's see here. The Wild on Saturday beat the Islanders 6-3 to improve to 33-19-4. They are off until February 22nd due to the Four Nations break.
I told myself I wouldn't cry.
A much-needed win for the Wild, and it was a very happy XL Energy Center. That's good. It'll have to last for a couple of weeks. But a lot of people excited about this Four Nations face-off. Should be some great hockey on the old TV, featuring some Wild players as well, including Joel Eriksson Ek.
Sauce, name the Four Nations in the Four Nations face-off.
U.S., Canada, Sweden.
What about Commoner?
Whoa.
I hate that soundbite.
Same. My God.
What did he say?
Exactly.
Morocco.
How about a blonde?
Ghana.
You got one, Pat?
Yeah.
Canada, U.S., Sweden.
Quiet.
And
India.
Finland?
Djibouti.
Bangladesh.
So, hang on a second. You said the U.S., Canada, Sweden, and Finland?
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't say Finland.
That's right.
Yeah, you just did it at the end there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Paul?
You did something right.
You did something right.
Will that be fun, Zacho?
I think so. They've never done it before, so we'll see. But it's it's the old national pride, and any chance to beat Canada is a good chance. So
Pass gas.
I think Pat's gonna love it.
Waffle House.
Pat's higher than a kite.
Mm-hmm.
The Timberwolves were without Ant, Randall, and Conley, and they still beat the Blazers 114-98. The Wolves are 30-23. They battle the 42-10 Cavs tonight at 6. The Cavs are 8.5-point favorites. Corey, your hands up.
Ant Randall, Woodhawk.
Oh yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
Aunt Randall.
Sure. Yeah,
that's her last name.
All the ants
Randall's
in
her
the
last name?
Progressive
Yeah.
commercial. Woodhawk.
For sure.
Yeah. How about this? Anthony Davis makes his debut for the Mavs. He has a monster game. He gets hurt in the third quarter. He's out for at least a month.
There's Luka.
Mm-hmm.
You got to still play with your piss hot.
That was me.
Sure was.
Hey.
Maxo, your thoughts on
it's unbelievable. I mean, everybody was already said it before Anthony Davis played, and he looked incredible. Like you said, he was having a historic game, and he was pretty hyped up about it. But this is the exact reason you don't trade for Anthony Davis, because this has been the story of his entire career, is that he's one of the best players in the NBA when he's healthy. The problem is he just can't stay healthy, and this is why you don't make that trade. And it already 1 or 2 games in looks like even more of a disaster than it already was at face value.
When he went out in the third quarter, he had 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks.
Yeah, he was going nuts. He was playing like Wilt Chamberlain out there, and then he gets hurt, and now they're going to be without him for a month. And Luka's probably coming back tonight, and he's probably going to drop 500 points.
Oh, he is playing tonight?
I think they said that there's a chance of him playing tonight, or at least sometime this week.
Neato.
Me and Max are going to hang out.
Yeah, sure, Pat. You want to watch the game? Come to Wildcats.
Oh, that's fun. Let's see here. Twins pitchers and catchers report on Thursday.
Fascinating.
Okay.
We don't care.
I do.
I mean, yeah,
Let's
bonus
go.
goes.
Yeah,
Are we
Let's
without
go.
bonus
Let's go.
for a while? Isn't he going?
He's going to come in tomorrow, and then he's going to leave after that.
Are you sure?
I thought that's what he said.
I think
he
he said
changed
there's
his mind.
I think he said, yeah, he might come in for a little bit.
That's what I
tomorrow.
thought.
Good.
Yeah.
I said goodbye to him like last week.
Well, he was leaving.
Yeah, that was the right thing to do. That was
Here we go.
The Gophers battle USC on Saturday. Gopher men's basketball at 3:00. The Gophers got beat badly by Illinois this weekend, 95-74.
Great start.
For who?
Ouch.
For the Gophers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got off to a fast start. But...
Can I mention a quick sports thing before we go?
I say yes, but it's.
You remember
I
that?
don't
Remember the Mankato West boys hockey team that had their sticks all stolen up in Duluth?
Yeah.
That game is going to be made up against Anoka tonight at the Xcel Energy Center. The Wild are hosting them. They're putting a big, it's free to enter. The PA announcer, Adam Abrams, is going to be there. John DeCosmaker, who's saying the Initials anthem.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the national anthem at the Initials Invitational.
That guy's
He's going to be
great.
there. They have a DJ. It's going to be a great party. So
It's a trap.
What?
if you can make it to the X tonight, should be a pretty cool show and a cool thing that the Wild are doing for a team that had thousands of dollars of stuff stolen for no reason.
I don't think I'm reading the Bring Me the News story, and I hear singing America the Beautiful.
No. Barrero. Wow.
Yep.
Yes.
Is he
Along
really?
with Trombone Shorty.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen Trombone Shorty
Actually,
in concert.
trombone lengthy.
He played with Dave Matthews Band. But yeah, he's
all right.
great.
You guys have all hammered and talked about the halftime show. Nobody's talked about the national anthem. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
Oh, John Batiste?
That was the worst anthem I think I've ever heard
I
for
didn't
any
think
major
he could hear
sporting
himself
event.
very well.
That was horrible.
I don't know.
It
I
was
was
8
wondering if there were
minutes.
some technical difficulties.
It was so long. And such a bad rendition of
Tommy is going to save that audio.
of the national anthem. Am I alone in that?
Yeah.
I thought that there was something going on. Yes.
Okay.
I
I
agree.
believe it was
with
only a minute 20.
No.
No, it was way longer than that. Just his even his artistic take on it, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I thought it was a really bad start to the Super Bowl. But that's me.
I do.
You guys are all holding back as if you can't say anything.
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't think
I don't
it
have
was
a
good
strong
either.
take on almost anything
Yeah,
from
I
yesterday.
don't think it was good. Yeah.
And I agree with Corey. All of those guys, Harry Connick is like, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
under.
Tom Cruise, I'm like, why is he so puffy
It was
right now? What
under.
happened to his face?
Yeah, get a haircut, Tom Cruise. You hippie.
What was under what?
It had. It was officially marked as under 120.5 on the second. So it
Is
was
that right?
literally-
Maybe I hated it that much. That I'm
Vegas
like,
always
God,
knows.
get this over with. This
Like
is
forever.
terrible.
Wait, 1 minute and 20 seconds or 120 seconds?
120 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not a minute. Yeah,
So 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
No.
But some people had him as had it at the over. Wow. So MGM said under. Bovada said over. That's how close it was.
Neat.
Vikings news is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan. Question to all of you, because again, I was, the game was out of control, so I was kind of fading in and out of caring. What was the, anybody know what the Bill Murray commercial was for, or what that was all about?
It was no, I never looked it up because I decided yesterday for some reason I took a weird stance and decided I wasn't going to scan the screen for anything.
For anything?
Well, the one that was High V, but wasn't the Bill Murray bit for Yahoo? Like a Yahoo?
Well, I mean, his email address, I think, had Yahoo. But I mean, what was the bit for, though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's take a look. See.
I think it said like Bill himself at yahoo.com.
Yeah, he was looking at himself and
Right.
it was a dog.
Because he famously does not have management, right? Like, he always says, if you have a script for me, you need to reach out to me directly. I don't.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think he
was
has a
Yahoo.
cell phone either.
It was Yahoo.
It was Yahoo.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
That was an interesting one because I didn't understand what it was for.
How about the dude with the cowboy head?
Yeah, I hated that
yeah,
word,
I didn't-
man.
I didn't get- I didn't
like
get it.
that.
Yeah,
Didn't
that
care
was
for that
weird.
one at all.
I didn't get that at all.
And they kept showing it.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
did two
Ran
different
multiple
versions of it,
times.
Yeah, they
And I'm
were
like,
two
I
separate
didn't,
spots.
I didn't like it the first time.
It was for Tubi.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, Tubi spent a lot of money last night.
Yeah. Who has Tubi?
Probably Chris.
I really don't know what
Everybody,
it is.
it's free.
What is Tubi?
It's a free streaming service. I believe it is owned under the umbrella of Fox, so that's probably why I was on so many times yesterday. But it's actually a pretty cool service.
Huh.
There's some really crappy, like, they're the market where the straight to DVD things used to go straight to DVD
movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like all the worst, poorly budgeted movies go there, but they actually do have quite a bit of classic films.
Like Atlantic Rim.
Oh, great movie.
Oh, my God. Hawk. It's not a good movie.
It's a very good movie, and it's strangely not pornographic. I thought it was when I first watched it, and it turned out to be just a good movie.
It's an actual movie, by the way, and Mystery Science Theater 3000 made fun of it. It's a Pacific Rim knockoff, clearly. It's so bad, but
once.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 ripping it to shreds it's just epic. It's on Netflix. It's fantastic.
Didn't you like the film Rampage with The Rock?
Of course you did.
I don't care what anybody says. That's a good film.
That's a terrible.
I don't care what you say, Muss. I love you. I don't care what you say. You're wrong on that.
Seriously.
I love you, Muss.
I'm with you a lot, but no.
Yeah, I love you. But
Why did you watch Rampage?
Because I like to watch good movies.
Right. I'll watch anything with The Rock on it, but man, that one, nope.
It's real good.
Yeah, that was like watching the Super Bowl last night. Real disinterested. Very soon.
I don't care what anybody says. It's real good. Yes,
Rampage is terrible.
It's real good, and Rock is a good helicopter pilot, and Monkey was pissed. I mean, it was a good movie.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Geico, your truck accessory pro store. Good things are happening. JJ McCarthy is expected to begin football drills in the next few weeks, which is cool. Be OTAs and minicamp before you know it. And KOC is your coach of the year, according to the AP. And played this a little bit earlier. You know what? I'll play this one instead. He was excited to have a new contract. He wants to bring a Super Bowl to the Twin Cities.
I said it at the end of the year. There was nothing that I wanted more than to solidify our future here and make sure we continue on a job that's not done. There's more to do. We're proud of the team that our players have built, the culture our players have built. Our coaching staff's ready to rock and roll, and just to know that this is going to be an ongoing journey, and the challenges out ahead, we get to attack them and try to do that special thing that Vikings fans deserve.
Hell yeah.
If the Vikings and Darnold can't work out a deal before March 4th, according to this article I'm reading right now, if the Vikings and Darnold can't work out a deal before March 4th, the franchise tag or even a tag and trade are among several options. And here, KOC talks about Sam deserving to be a free agent.
So he's earned the right to be a free agent, but we will continue to have ongoing dialogue and discussions with him and his representation, as well as being really excited about JJ McCarthy and where he's at in his rehab. He's, really hit the ground running as the true off season has begun. And we feel very fortunate. And even considering Daniel Jones was in that quarterback room as well, with Brett Rippon and Nick Mullins, we feel very fortunate. I talked about it all season long about the depth of that quarterback room this year, but now we've got to see what that room's going to look like as we try to put together the best possible team for 2025.
Two quick things. I think he said the exact same thing this time last year about Kirk Cousins and how Kirk deserves to be a free agent. And that's the right thing to say. Sam Darnold will be the quarterback of the Raiders. I think it may have been you, Ben, but somebody said Pete Carroll isn't going to wait around on a rookie. He doesn't have that kind of time. And he thinks Sam Darnold can run an offense with some of the pieces that they have. I think Sam Darnold will be the Raiders quarterback in about a month.
Well, I thank you for trying to give me credit for that. I don't think I said that. I've been saying that I could see him going to the Rams, knowing that it's the same system, and they probably are not going to pay Stafford the amount of money that they have to pay Stafford this year on his cap number. But the Raiders makes probably even more sense than that. And if Pete Carroll's going to run something similar than like he did in Seattle, and it sounds like he's going to do that, then he's a perfect type of quarterback for that. It is going to be a lot of under center, play action, run the football. It's not going to be, deep shots all the time. And if he can just, just be a quality manager of the game and not turn the ball over, I mean, he's a really good quarterback. So I don't know. I put the chances, again, I keep saying this over and over again, but the chances of him being the Vikings quarterback next year, being on the roster, is 0% for me, in my opinion. All this stuff is just, it's just trying to gain leverage. It's trying to just gamify the whole system, maybe try to show interest if there is some sort of compensation that the Vikings would get by maybe holding on to him or signing him. I just don't, there's not really an option that I see that makes any sense to bring him back. Let this become J.J. McCarthy's team. He's definitely earned it. And that's the whole reason why you drafted him in the first place. You have to see what this kid can do.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you just so interested, though, into following what happens to Sam Darnold after he's no longer a Minnesota Viking?
Sure.
Given the fact that, so he comes in and KOC helps bring his career, I was just about to say back, but not really, changes his career for him. And then, of course, he had the weapons with JJ and Addison. If he doesn't have that somewhere else, how does he end up playing? Does he go back to Sam Darnold before coming to the Minnesota Vikings? Or does he, go on and continue playing well? It'll be the most interesting thing to kind of follow all that. I think of all players leaving the team, that's the one I kind of am most intrigued by over the years.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's a win-win situation for KOC and his staff.
Yeah,
because if Sam goes on to whatever team and doesn't play very well, they're like, wow, you got this guy.
Exactly.
You got this guy to play at this level when he wasn't that before, and he has not shown it afterwards. And then if he does go out there and kill it again for the next 3 years for whatever team, you're like, well, then you credit KOC and his staff for finding out the right formula,
right,
and for the new team to sort of just keep implementing what this newfound Sam Darnold. So, yeah, I think they job is done. They can just kind of dust off their hands and be like, we did what we were supposed to do.
Right.
We did what we told you guys were going to do. We believed in this guy. He responded by some excellent play, got a fat contract someplace else, and we're going to roll with McCarthy.
Well said.
Well said.
Let's go. I'm in.
Well, and again, I know it is a copycat league. Everybody's going to try to find the right formula, but isn't it just more tried and true? And I get that you have the Bradys and the Mahomes and all this other stuff, but isn't the right formula to build up the damn offensive line and defensive front? I mean, that just do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to have this game-changing magician, this once in a generation, once in a lifetime quarterback to win you games. You can get by having a Jalen Hurts who's pretty good. He's not elite, but he's pretty good. Yeah. And everybody knows that the defense won that game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
their defensive front won that game.
Yeah, the Eagles' defensive front and also their offensive line.
Yes, correct.
To your point right there, that's how you build championship teams.
Right.
And that's something that definitely needs to be addressed with the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, and even look at how the Chiefs got to where they got in the last probably 2 seasons. It's not because of, incredible dynamic quarterback play. Spagnuolo's turned around that defense.
Yeah.
Everybody gives credit to the Chiefs' success the last couple of years to this defense and defensive front playing their butts off and actually being intimidators, controlling the game, which then allows Mahomes and the play calling to do what they do. So it comes back to just let's build this damn roster into this rock star intimidating defensive front and let's go.
It was crazy. Is a couple of months. This is my side note Super Bowl discussion. A couple of months ago, Ohio State loses to Michigan, and everybody was saying, "Is Ryan Day done?" Right? Because can't beat Michigan. This sucks. And we've talked about it. Somebody on the radio station that day said, would winning the national championship save Ryan Day's job, which is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then Ohio State goes on to dominate and win the national title. Yes. I still will say it just seemed like Philly hated Nick Sirianni so much that if they had blown that game to the Rams, the game that you were at, right? Mm-hmm. If, was it Puka that caught it at the 20-yard line?
Yep.
If Stafford could figure out a way to come back and get that game-winning touchdown in the final 20 seconds, I wonder if Sirianni would have been in big trouble. Despite the record, it looked like they wanted him out. Yeah. And now, 3 or 4 weeks later, he's the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
So Ryan Day and Nick Sirianni were hanging by a thread, and now they're both champions.
I love the fact that I'm sorry, man. No. The fact that on Bourbon Street, they actually greased the poles because of the Eagles fans.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty classy.
Apparently, they grease the poles quite often down there for a lot of celebrations. So
that's not on purpose, though. that just happens.
That just happens after the fact.
Beads and grease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's Hawk's autobiography.
Fan 5 next. Headlines later. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.